I did know that there are American wines that call themselves champagne. However, I believe champagne has to come from France to technically be champagne.
The only history I know about it is there's a certain town in France, and everything else is just sparkling wine. It's just champagne is from Champagne. Champagne, if I'm pronouncing it correctly? I'm a Brooklyn boy, what do you want?
It's always kind of been known to me that champagne, the label, I've known that was part of a region in France prior to the ad.
Yeah, I know that champagne originally comes from France. We in Germany, we also make kind of champagne, but we are not allowed to call this champagne. We call this Sekt.
I thought it just came from different distributors around the country. I wasn't aware that it was from just like one region.
Everything else comes from a certain place: wine, liquor, beer. So champagne has to come from a nice place too.
Champagne comes from it ostensibly comes from a specific region in France, Champagne. In fact, I know someone who's from there, and he likes to say, "I'm from Champagne, not from anywhere else."
Things come from particular places. So where does champagne come from? It comes from a place called Champagne in France.
I've had Maine lobster from Maine. Maine lobster, yes, Maine lobster should be from Maine. I've never had Maine lobster from Kansas.
I have not had Maine lobster from Kansas.
Maine lobster typically comes from Maine.
No, I can't say I've ever had a Maine lobster from Kansas.
What does champagne mean to me? Other than a great Sunday brunch, it's accessible luxury. It's a way to kind of escape and get away for a little bit, even if I'm just in my own kitchen.
The taste is genuine, and more or less I will buy 1 or 2 bottles every year during our Christmas time for the 24th of December in Germany, the Heiligabend.
Basically like a crisper and lighter alcoholic drink that you can have with either dinner or with some friends.
Well, it's a bubbly wine, which could be very sweet or can be dry and make you happy in Christmas time.
The question mark ad, I think it's educational because I think some people don't realize that champagne is referential to a region, not necessarily a type of wine.
That means to me that at first the optic is very nice, that the question mark is done like a whistling, sizzling champagne.
It definitely grabs your attention because you want to kind of look in and see what exactly they're asking.
That ad tells me that champagne comes from France only.
Champagne only comes from Champagne.
Champagne comes from France.
The ad is saying that Maine lobster from Kansas would not be Maine lobster. So, of course, champagne could only be from France.